want to give a big shout out to someone with her own Hellcat. All right. But let me just let you guys know, let you guys hear it from her. She has an excellent channel, The Security Boss. Now she already has one, but now she's starting a new one, The Security Boss Unsolicited. Let's just take a quick listen to her. Another killer content creator.
Today we're going to challenge those individuals because we need to figure out if we're free. People need to be free of those things that they do, but they want to hold somebody else accountable for it. I hear it all the time, and I'm done with it. We're done with it. We don't want to hear that anymore. We want everybody to move forward. Everybody's looking for solutions, and that's just what we have to do. That's just what we have to do. It's everywhere. The other day, I heard somebody just say, "Oh, we need to have another Black Wall Street." Listen, you got people like Oprah Winfrey. You got people like Tyler Perry, Jay-Z. There are a lot of Black individuals who are executives, millionaires, plenty money everywhere. They don't want a Black Wall Street, y'all. They don't want to do it. They don't want it. It's not working for them. Now you're going to ask yourself, why is it not working? I don't know what their answers are, but I do know you can have your own success within your own home, but you have to be accountable for what you do, and you cannot continue to blame other people. When Harriet made that statement, when she made that quote, she said that she could have freed others if they knew that they were slaves. They didn't know that they were slaves because they had got comfortable. They were comfortable in doing exactly what the master said do in the living situation, whatever it was, they were comfortable. So she couldn't tell them, listen, you got better opportunities over here. So they could not determine. They were living in a crisis. I have heard people say, or it's written, I should say, that being a slave is like hell. They're living in hell. Okay. Now somebody tell you, come on, let's get out of hell, and you won't go. You won't go. They're telling you it's opportunity here, and you won't take it. Now, we're living in the 21st century right now, and there's so much opportunity. There's so much opportunity for us that what would be the reason why a young person could not be successful? Why would a person, their mindset, right? But still, you gotta get them to using their minds. What is your mind on? What are you thinking about? What are your thoughts? Where'd you get the mindset from? How are you going to get free of your mindset? How can it be changed? Are you willing to change it? And listen, for me, if I'm talking to a young person and they're not willing to change their mind, we got to move on. But we can't listen to them no more. We got to move on. If you're not willing to change your situation with opportunity, it's out here now, especially when you got somebody helping you or when they're pointing out the system that has you oppressed. Because there's a lot of systems out there we can get involved in. You know, the one of poverty, the AFDC, I told you about. I just mentioned it. There are some young people. I heard a girl say the other day, she said, her husband actually said, girl, you ghetto or something like that. And she got so offended. She was like, I didn't choose the ghetto. I didn't choose to be here. You act like it's just something somebody chooses. No, it's not something that somebody chooses, but you can choose to stay in it.
Right.
You know, and she was told you got one decision. It's one decision away to get you from the ghetto. What decision are you going to make? And that was for her to make, you know, but she already had 3 kids and she was leaving the man that she was with, which is not her child's father. So she had already made some decisions that probably put her in the ghetto. And now it's time to change her mind. Now, is she going to do everything possible to get out of that system? It's probably going to say, oh, it's just too hard. It's too hard. You know, like Community Solutions just says, we have more opportunities than any previous generation. We definitely do. But are we taking them? Or is it easier for us just to stay in this system that we're in and think that we're manipulating them and gaining more money? You know how sometimes people think that, oh, I'm even hearing now. CJ, I think you might have mentioned this to me. Girls now are having babies because they can get more money. Did you say that?
No, but that's true because I've experienced it. Yeah.
That's really true. Are you saying they're doing it consciously?
Yes. Yes. I don't think every situation is like that, of course.
No.
No, I know some. I mean, they got $18 rent. They getting $1,000 a month from their baby daddy and child support. It's a finesse. It's
But are
just
they complaining though? Are they complaining about the W people?
they still complain about it. They still complain about it. They still do because it's. I said this to my partner the other day. It's a good time to be black because they're like white people are apologizing left and right. They're creating moves. So it's a good time to be black. I mean, yeah, people are taking it because it's beneficial in a way. I mean, not in the long term, but in the short term for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts about that, CJ?
I come from it. So, on one hand, I understand it because I understand that it's a scarcity mindset. I'll put it like that. It definitely is a scarcity mindset, and it's a comfortability type of thing. Being where I'm from, it's more comfortable to be a NIGGA than to be a black man or a black woman. It's what's celebrated. It's what people care about. It's what our music is. It's the best thing to do is be an NIGGA. And the reason I'm against that now is because I've been on the other side of it. When I lived in Nebraska, I lived in Nebraska for a year. I lived with my dad, and he was married to a white woman. And I lived with them, and I saw how they operated, though. I saw the family structure that she came from. Now, not to say that white people own that, but it was a different lens for me to see it. It was like, okay, they treated me like family the moment I walked in that door. They showed me things I had never seen. I went camping for the first time. Had no idea what that was. And they opened my eyes to a whole new way of being. So I can't willfully be ignorant. I was ignorant at one point because I didn't know, but I can't willfully be ignorant. So I don't support the white man and whatever is oppressing me because I'm doing all right when I took responsibility for myself.
Right. How about that? So when you say it's a mindset, or you say I understood it, when now this is how I see. I don't know this for sure, but I don't see those people complaining that are in that situation. If my mindset was I'm gonna have another baby so I can get some extra on my check, I don't know if I would be complaining that the white man is my problem.
They do.
They still
They do.
Ooh, we're gonna have to make them understand that but a baby is so much responsibility. So much. Gosh.
Don't I know?
I love to talk to someone that has that mindset currently, that if they knew they wouldn't get in trouble, they would actually say, yeah, I had another baby because I knew that my check would go up and I ain't have to pay no rent. That would be an interesting conversation. That would be interesting.
Give me about a month. I could probably pull something off for you.
They'll be willing to come and talk about that?
Yeah, I think so. I know a few people I can talk to about it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I would like to hear that.
I come from it. I'm telling you.
I can see and I know that it goes on, but I just can't see those people complaining that they're the problem. The white man is the problem, considering they're making all the decisions on their own. They had a decision to have a baby, decision not to work, a decision not to go get educated. All the decisions have been theirs the whole time. So what did the white man do? When did he come in play?
They regurgitate what they've heard from somebody else, and that's the thing. Like when you look in the media today, and you look, I mean, it's in the sports media now. When you really pay attention to what's going on as far as what they put out there for us, they've basically made it cool to be a victim. Like that's really what's going on. It's cool to be. When I have these like I can talk to you. But when I have these conversations with people in my neighborhood, people that I know, well, not know, but know of, when we have these conversations, their mentality is they're oppressed, no matter what the situation is. It's very few people that agree with us, basically. Their mentality is that something's holding them back. If something doesn't work, I remember I had that mentality. I remember I went to CarMax. I wanted a Challenger, right? But I was making $400 a week. I had a horrible credit score. And when I didn't get the car, I was like, man, the white man just make it so hard for me to come up. And I'm just like not understanding that it's a system and I'm not knowing how to play the game. I'm just coming to this car like, well, I got money when I get the car, because they got to trust you. You have to have a history of paying a note or, you know, building credit. I have to see that. But my mentality really was because of what I was taught, because of the movies I watched. You know, one of the worst movies I probably ever watched was Roots. And it's not to say that happened, but it angered me though.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped watching those movies. I don't even watch those movies anymore because it upsets me. And it's like, but that's not even my reality today.
But you know what? I agree with you about that. When you watch Roots, it does make you angry, but it made me angry to the point of I'm not going to rely on them for nothing. You know, the anger went the other way. But it also said, whatever they do, I'm going to watch them and I'm going to do it too.
Yeah.
That's what it means. I promise you, I say it all the time. I'll share with you some of the times I say it, but I'll say it. I'm going to watch what they do and I'm going to do it. I ain't got to go talk to them about it and discuss it. I can just watch what they do. And because, you know, if they are truly a problem and they're truly against us, then we're going to see how it works, you know. And I haven't found that to be the case, but I'm telling you, I sit back and watch. I definitely do. I'm not, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. To that point, my thing was this. I got on somebody else's podcast to talk about this. But my thing is this. If they're against us, how do you truly know if you haven't climbed up the ranks to try to see? Like, you can say I'm at the bottom and do you know there's hillbillies and rednecks that are struggling just like you that don't, it's not a race thing, but how do you know if you're not willing to try what they're doing? If they got everything right and we got everything wrong and they're against us, have you tried it? Because when I've tried it, when I paid attention to how they move, it works.
It works. Not only that, when you go back and look at the welfare system, it was put in place for white people. Yeah, it was put in place for white people. It was put in place actually for white people during the war times who found themselves widows and widowers. And people had children, women with children. They were white. That's who it was put in place for. It was for assistance because they no longer had their husbands or they were fighting war or what have you. Now, not until 1965 did we take it over. You know, that ain't that long ago.
No, it's not.
So it wasn't even designed for us. We took it over.